Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ryan Ingolstadt here, Thunderdome, Minnesota. And what do we have today? We have rockets. This is 6 different places that are selling rockets on Amazon currently. And 2 very different, I guess that's about, those are the 4, yeah. 4 different things. This one looks mostly like a pool noodle. This one, again, I think that's the closest to the Demolisher rockets that we're used to. Then they got these purple ones with an odd tip. And then the little Valentine ones actually had a black version this time. But the fins don't seem like they're spaced exactly in thirds. So there's a little bit of room for improvement there. So here's my expertly written chart, and of course on nothing but the finest of grocery bags, and my testing pool of random rocket blasters, and we'll kind of go through what we found while we're out here testing. I don't think I need to do a firing demo for all these because either you trust me or you don't at this point. So here we go. The AEV DOR Avidor. They're 6 for $13, puts them about $2.16 a piece. They do arrive in a box, which is nice. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because if they come in a box, the fins end up being better when they show up in bags. Even if the bag is in a box, Amazon box, a lot of times this is what you get. You get a crunchy corner. So that's this type. They work in Busby, they work in Nerf, and they work pretty well. Very happy with this one. So if there's a recommendation out of these, this is, if you find one of these, this is great. I'd go for that. Let's see. Fentech was one of this style. So these are the same. Both OIMIO and Fentech have the same, just about exactly the same Nerf dart, missile, whatever you want to call it. The Fentech ones are 6 for $11, which brings them in at $183. They didn't ship in a box, which marks them down a little bit in my book, because there's a chance on 2 of them getting damaged, 2 on the outside, of course. Especially if you order anything else, that circle can get damaged. But they work both great in Busby and Nerf, so I can recommend that. The Tomons, TOMONS. Right now they're listed at 3 for $7, but when I bought them, they were 3 for $3.33. Now, I think I've said this before, that on Amazon, if you put stuff in your cart, sign into your account, put stuff in your cart, and just leave it there, and you go back, next day, 2 days later, if the price has changed, it'll put a little notification on saying the price changed. So just by me waiting a day, it went from 3 for $7 to 3 for $3.33. So I bought 3 boxes of them, thinking, okay, that's about as worse as, if they're great. If they're bad, I'm not in it that much. And that is these. This is the cheapest of the kind. It seems, like I said, this is like a really, really soft foam, and not very well cut. You can tell, by the extra whatever. I don't know how durable these would be as far as kids shoving them onto the posts, but they did work great in Busby and Nerf, but not the Demolisher. And I guess there must be some change in the diameter, because this happened several times, that they worked in everything but the Demolisher, and it's just a Bob standard orange Demolisher. I don't know if there's different variations on it, but it's, very common Demolisher, and I couldn't get them to even leave the post on 3 of these. So if you're looking for a cheap option, when they're cheap, otherwise, if you buy them for $3.33, I just go ahead and go to one of the other ones. So not horrible, not great, but again, I think the longevity of these would be in question, seeing as this seems to be the most open cell foam of the bunch. See, like on the purple, you can see how tight the foam is, how closed, how it's still open cell, but that's really tight by comparison. So Little Valentine, they're the ones that came out with the black. They also had a purple and an orange. Shipped in a box. That's this box. So 4 for $10, $2.50 a piece. They worked in Busby. They worked in all the Nerf ones except for that Demolisher. Ruby Tree, that came in this box, and it came with a little carry bag for the missiles. So I thought that was kind of nice. There's actually lots of different variations you can buy from them. They sell like half orange, half purples, and all different groupings. But the bulk listing had 12 for $24 for the purple, which is what I bought. Now, when I looked again last night, it was 12 for $22 for the orange. So knowing that, I might have bought that instead, but that brings it to the $1.83 a piece or $2 a piece. Shipped in a box like I showed you, plus that bonus bag. Worked great in Busby. Worked in everything in Nerf except for not the Demolisher again. So, and I know for those three, the Tommins, Little Valentine, and Ruby Tree, people have said if you leave your missiles on the blaster on the post overnight, like before a battle, it'll stretch out the foam a little bit, and then they'll be more, ready to use. But I think they should be ready to use out of the package. That would be my preferred thing. And as much as I like Little Valentine, and it's got to be, a microscopic adjustment on the manufacturing, to get these posts just right for them to, be tight enough to hold on, but not too tight to fall off. It's got to be a close thing to perfect. So I'm guessing that, with multiple uses, they'll stretch out a little bit and still be okay, but I'm evaluating them out of the box. So last is the OIMIO. Again, there were 6 for $16, which brings them in at $2.66 a piece. They did not ship in a box, they shipped in a bag. And they worked great in Busby, they worked great in Nerf. So there you go. Like I said, I'm not going to do a huge firing demonstration because we've still got snow and ponds and wet ground, and I don't want to have rockets in the yard soaking up moisture, especially when I just bought them all. So none of these were given to me. These were all bought by us to be used. I really do think that if we want to do Titan Ball, like for crew auxiliary or something like that, it's a great thing to want to do with Titans and Titan rockets. But I tell you, finding enough Titan missile launchers and Titan rockets to make a game or several games, or anyway, this would be a cheaper option, I'm guessing, for doing the same thing, and easier to store. We're seeing these rocket launchers show up at Goodwills now all the time. I know I'm seeing the Modulus one very often. I'm going to start buying every one of these Ultimate Missile Blasts I see now. I've passed on a few of them because they're just a little bit priced high, but now that I'm thinking about it, as much as that works with that storage tank on the Busby, that Nerf just doesn't seem to want to ever do again with where it stores the air. That is a mechanism that is, I think, another one of those Busby mechanisms that's far underappreciated. So, but even this Fortnite rocket launcher is showing up now more and more in Goodwills. So I haven't gotten my hand on the 4-shot one yet, but and of course with the Demolisher, now that we have more companies making rockets, hopefully that'll bring that back into popularity. It is basically just a Strife. It's just a bigger Strife. So if we get that rocket launcher working better, then I'm all for it. So, and plus the standard rocket launcher. Yeah. So there you go. There's my overview of, and there's even more than this on Amazon. There's like an Air Labs, and there's other companies that have these. I just grabbed the ones that all looked different from each other. So, and ones that had prices that were easy to say yes to. So anyway, there's some blaster missile ramblings, and hope you enjoyed. Let me know if this would make change your mind on what you're using, or if you want to bring rockets back, or if you guys use rockets, or anything like that. We'll talk to you in the next video, and take care. See you then. Bye.